This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, today in the arena. It is the day before the ban announcement on Monday. I have no idea when the ban is announced if it will affect arena immediately, but I really hope they do it that way. Sometimes they make us wait until Thursday for the ban to take effect, but in case it actually does go into effect Monday, and in case a very certain agent card that everybody hates gets banned from the format, I wanted to play a deck I've had sitting around that I keep planning to make a video with. It was up in a poll in Jank Week, it didn't win. It's just something I mess around every now and then, and it's my Emergent Ultimatum deck. Emergent Ultimatum is a pretty sweet card, to be honest. Black, black, green, 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 blue, blue. Search your library for 3 mono-colored cards with different names. That actually rules out a lot of the things people try to do with this, so check yourself before you mention cards in the comments. I can't fetch with the Ultimatum. An opponent chooses one of them, shuffle that into the library, and you may cast the other cards without paying their mana costs. So people have tried to find the, well, if I cast Emergent Ultimatum, what is the 3-card combo that can just win the game? And the closest thing I've found is Spark Double, Agent of Treachery, and End Raise Forerunners. Because you see, if the opponent sends back the Agent of Treachery, you get to copy the End Raise Forerunners, and you attack for, like, I think that's 18 on its own? 9, 8, 17 on its own? 9 plus 8, yeah. And if you have like one other creature, like a grazer, it's just potentially lethal damage out of nowhere. And then on the other hand, if they send back the Forerunners to avoid dying, you get 2 Agents of Treachery, which is usually enough to swing the game and end the game. So as far as evil agent decks go, this is one of the more ridiculous, almost meme-y ones, because Emergent Ultimatum is pretty difficult to cast. And to ramp up to get there, we have a bunch of cards like Growth Spiral, Arboreal Grazer, Leafkin Druid, Omen of the Hunt, and Risen Reef. We are a Yorion deck, so the idea of playing a card like Omen of the Hunt to ramp to turn 5, then playing a Yorion to blink it to ramp to turn 7 is always on the table. We have 3 Yariks, because Yarik is like a Spark Double-ish thing. If you're in a situation where you want a ton of value out of your Emergent Ultimatum, you can look up Spark Double, Yarik, and Risen Reef, and the opponent doesn't really have good choices there either. Questing Beast is in the deck because Teferi Time Raveler's passive ability completely shuts off Emergent Ultimatum all by itself. If you cast Emergent Ultimatum while your opponent controls a Teferi, you will get to resolve none of the cards. Therefore, to hate on Teferi, I have Questing Beast to try to just attack the thing to death. I find that's usually better than running a card like Murderous Rider or something that targets the Teferi to remove it, because Questing Beast at least leaves a body. It's also reasonable against aggro. It's not a disaster on its own. And we have a few more spice cards. 2 Thought Distortion. If the opponent is playing a full-on control deck, Thought Distortion can be a wonderful thing to find with the Ultimatum, because they really can't afford to have their entire hand exiled as well as their graveyard. It's non-creature, non-land, just keep that in mind. But it's also pretty good against cycling. So having 2 Thought Distortions also paves the way for Emergent Ultimatum, because getting your 7 mana sorcery countered is no good. So sometimes you can ramp into Thought Distortion, then cast the Ultimatum and win. The last spice card is Command the Dreadhorde. If you've, say, had a long, drawn-out game and a whole bunch of your toys are already in the graveyard from casting ultimatums, like the Agents or the Spark Doubles, you can fetch Command the Dreadhorde with one of your ultimatum hits, and it can threaten to get back and do even more devastating things than the ultimatum itself. So that's why that's in the deck. Aside from that, we have a giant splattering of lands. We have 36 lands total in the deck, and I don't know. I get that Agent is evil. I get that you might be sick of seeing it, but you might never see it in Standard again after this week. I'm sure you're really excited about that, but I feel like this deck is really fun, and when you take Agent out of it, there isn't nearly as much like oomph in it, because if you get Enraged Forerunners and Spark Double, they just put back the Enraged Forerunners. Like, what is the replacement card you get? I've seen other people do Plane-Wide Celebration and Liliana, which I think is a pretty neat combo too, except they just don't pick one of the two, and then you're left without much going on. I think that this is the best version of the deck, and I don't think it's too insanely OP, because honestly, Agent wasn't broken when we were just trying to ramp into it. Agent is broken now that we get a million triggers and cheated out on turn 5, and it's uncounterable because of Teferi Time Raveler. I think Emergent Ultimatum, it might not be the fair way to play Agent. It's still very evil, but I think I'm much more likely to just lose to aggro, making it more of an equivalent exchange in Full Metal Alchemist terms. Okay, talked enough about the deck. Dive in, let the nonsense begin. Hand has a Grazer and a Beast. Our opponent has no companion showing. Thought Distortion's really expensive. Enraged Forerunners is basically a mulligan if you keep it in your hand. Alright. The combination of Omens and Yorion is pretty good. I'm thinking I get rid of Growth Spiral, honestly. But maybe that's wrong. Maybe I actually get rid of Yarick. I don't know, Yarik's really good with these Omens. Alright, I'm shipping the Spiral. Let's play the Temple in case we can find a blue source that way, and we do. How helpful. So what do you think? Do we run out the Omen of the Sea? I think I can try to save it till after Yarick. I can scry this turn, Omen next turn, Yarick, go from there. Or land. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. I think I'll bottom that. I think we're okay now. Seems like mono red, but not acting like mono red. There aren't a bunch of things making me be dead yet. Kind of weirded out, to be honest. Come at me, bro. There you go. It actually is mono red. They are bone crushing my face. That's how you can know who they is. And Annex is here. Alright. Moment of the hunt. Take that action. Let's go get what? We have double black. We have triple green. We have double blue. I don't think it matters very much, to be honest. Grazer. Grazer wants to play. Alright, cool. I think that we run out the Yarick. It's a tough one for a mono red opponent to traverse. It was really good with Yorion too. Opponent hovering on Bone Crusher Giant. So put together a hand that they keep with no 1-drops and no good 2-drops. It probably has 1 or 2 Annex. It probably has another Bone Crusher since they Bone Crushed my face on turn 2. And it probably has Embercleave. Robber. Double attack. Bold. Infuriate Gamer. We want to play around a Bone Crusher Giant. We also want to play around second Annex. Okay, they just run Skewer straight up. So be it. Questing Beast. Do it. Show them what's up. So I could shock and play Omen this turn. I don't think that's it. I think we just get the Grazer down. Something to put in front of Annex before Embercleave hits. Although, yeah, if I block here, it won't work. So we just do this. Because the Annex will have first strike or double strike, you know what I mean. They'll kill the Questing Beast before he gets to deal any damage. They go with the token. I guess I'm happy. Could have been a lot worse. All right, Omen. I need you to find the goods. There we go. Found the goods. Now we need to survive a turn. I'm not sure if we will, but I think we will. The help of Yorion. It is too bad that we had to shock there. Makes me scared. Would I like the combo in my hand? I think I'll draw one Agent of Treachery. If the opponent has no other threats, playing this might just be better than the Emergent Ultimatum. I do have another in the deck. Deep plays, big brain. Down to 9. Is there a follow-up? There's no follow-up. All right, this is better because the opponent can't let me have double Pain Bacon. They just die. Take this, mono red. You're going to have to get your daily win elsewhere, I think. They always do this. They always send away the Agent of Treachery. That they just die. Death before getting my permanent stolen. That's a lot of damage. Yep. Yep. I can't resist the stupid hands. And against Obosh, we're probably dead already. Just completely dead, but whatever. I'm doing it. Banehound. Pog. I mean, I think I actually made the Pog face. I probably don't have to say it. God, I'm becoming more of a streamer. Whisper Squad. Ginger Brute. Why not? Good times for all. Just more ways to try to kill me on turn whatever, as soon as possible, because that's all the arena is. Nobody wants to play a game. Down to 14. Footlight Fiend. Oh man, I love it. Maybe the goal is to attack with this many creatures or play this many black spells. Just so, I don't know. There's something, I want to say it in a way that doesn't sound condescending. There's something beautifully childish about it. Just so simple and straightforward. All right, pay 2 life. Let's Yorion. Just have something down that can block. The opponent, I mean, they're just gonna throw these cards into the garbage, right? They don't care. Who cares? They've got 5 of them. Whisper Squad just cranks out more. They're just gonna attack with everything. Told ya. Alright, I'll take the one that can become unblockable. Do you have like 3 more 1-drops to play? Because now would be a good time to deploy them. Howard. Let's set up for Endray's Forerunners next turn, see if we can win the game. Actually, if the opponent doubles squads and hits their land drop, do they just win? No, not quite, right? Not quite. Really close. Okay. Do they have a Banehound for lethal? Not yet. Down to 2. Sure. All right. I don't know that this is enough with my opponent at 22, but there's nothing else for us to do here. There's no point to doing the math. I've never been less inspired by Magic the Gathering than that pathetic excuse for a race. This hand is all ramp, so all we gotta do is scry/draw our way into the good stuff. Hateful Eidolon. Our opponent opens with 8 full cards. Fine. All right, what are we doing? I guess let's get the Triome down. We could draw a Growth Spiral. Our opponent's got a Triome of the Abzan variety and 2 Eidolons. All right, Risen Reef Spark Double ready to roll. And yeah, I'll keep the untapped land. We'll probably find a use for it at some point. Not next turn. I'm sure it will come up. Okay, our opponent is really good at spamming the enchantments. This will be an interesting one. Reef. Help me out, Reef. What you got? Yep. Put that on the field. Excellent. Another land. I think we've got all the land we're looking for now. Questing Beast. Bit of a stop sign, but I think I need to go bigger. I need the Ultimatum. So you know the opponent runs Deadweight Mire's Grasp. They've got the Eidolons. So I really hope they don't have it here for the Reef. And Paradise Druid, sure. Everybody attacks. Block, block. So I think the play here is to Yorion, blink the Reef. Can I get... Once I have Yorion, I have 4 mana. Next turn we can Spark Double the Yorion. So I play this. I do this. I blink. I have to add with... I have to go full control mode with... Because this has to be in play with the trigger on the stack. And then I can play the Omen. Which is pretty cool play, to be honest. So there's the trigger. This taps for 2 mana now because I have 4 creatures. So we flash the Omen before the trigger happens. So now we get 2 lands. All right, Agent. I hear that card also goes with Spark Double. You guys may have seen this before. It's possible. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, possibly 12 mana. That's enough. That is enough to do the Agent thing. And they draw 2 cards. They get another Forest, but your attacks got a lot worse. Command the Dreadhorde. I think I still Spark Double the Yorion actually, right? Let's see if we get the scoops here in the casuals. I wouldn't even blame them. I don't blame you. It was supposed to be an Emergent Ultimatum deck, but the cards had other ideas. This hand is cool. I like this hand. It's got a lot going on. I wish I had an untapped green for the Grazer, but I'm happy. I'll try to save the Leafkin to follow the Reef. Our opponent's got Luris, because everybody does. So easy to make a Luris deck. Are you cycling? I don't want to play with cycling. I really, really don't want to play with cycling. Well, I mean, I can't ask for a better start. Doesn't change the fact that I really don't want to play with cycling. Especially if they're going to slow roll me. Especially if they're going to slow roll me the whole frickin' time. Just cycle your card. You're not, there's no hidden information, dude. Healer, sure. I mean, of the 2-drops they could play there, that's probably the worst one. I'm just going to gut check them with the beast. Out of spite, mostly. It's probably better to play a Risen Reef there. Two healers. Excellent. Just what we needed. Our opponent gaining 8 life a turn while setting up their Zenith Flare. Very, just great. Good job, you cycled on your turn. I'm very proud of you. Sorry, the salt is real. I hate this deck. I hate this deck so much. It's just another, like, it's not even, like, it can be banned because it's not too powerful or anything. It's just annoying. That's all it is. Why did they make this deck? I'll never understand. Yep, more grizzly bears. That makes cycling so good. All right. And to be clear, I don't hate cycling players. There's always somebody who's going to try to make me out like I'm some evil person for not liking a deck. Cycling players are probably fine people. I wouldn't know. Haven't talked to many, but their deck's annoying, okay? So we declined to put this into hand because we haven't hit our land drop. Actually went a while without hitting. We'll keep that on top. Then we'll put this and this. Hit that land as well. And now we're nice and ramped up. So that hopefully Emergent Ultimatum shows up. Puts this nonsense to a stop. Make it stop. Here we go again. Oh, it's my turn. And the opponent left 2 mana open. Wonder what's up with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, that should be a good turn. Start with an attack. Yeah. Do I go for third reef? I guess so. We don't need to spark double and Yorion on the same turn. They're better on separate turns. Sure, why not? I think we can still play that with the Yorion if I mathed good. I mean, no, we'll save the agent for later. It seems like a pretty good draw. But in reality, we just have to go over the top here with the Forerunners. This is going to be fun. Go ahead and thin. I got reefs. Look at my reefs. We have 2 grazers. Did those triggers already happen? Actually, I think they did, so we may as well just put them in tapped. It's the same thing. I don't know why I'm worried about it. Can't explain that. There's Thought Distortion. Why not? More land? That's good. No Pain Bacon when we have the Ultimatum in hand, and we already have a Yarick. Alright. Discard 4 cards. I choose you. I choose you. Don't need you anymore. And I suppose I only need one of you. Although that does give away what's coming next turn to the opponent. Not that I think they can do anything about it. Cycling's kind of the champion of one-note decks. And they say go. Hold that Zenith Flare, baby. Alright. Yarick. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We're one off of the Spark double, but we'll probably hit an untapped land with the Reef. So much ability. Just don't draw both Forerunners. Well, I guess if I draw Forerunners, I can smash it. Just slam it on the battlefield. Double Scry. Hopefully, if we see a Forerunner, we can put it on the bottom. This is fine. Sparky. Oh, I was supposed to decline one of those to have an extra mana. See if I know anything. I still have this. It's fine. All right, so. Do. Do the big thing. Oh, I'm out of Spark double? Rip. All right. Command. I could die to a Zenith Flare. Let's instead hit him with a free Thought Distortion. Make them play their Zenith Flare. Pick Agent. I dare ya. I mean, I do have Yarick on the field. It's kind of gross. We send away the Pain Bacon. Okay. So let's lead with Thought Distortion. And then play Agent. Or play Agent, then Thought Distortion. Whatever. Zenith Flare the Yarick? Sure. Smart opponent. They took the Pain Bacon. A true champion. All land in hand. You love to see it. Goodbye, graveyard. All right. Copy this, because that's epic. Exile any number of thingies. That'll be good. Yeah. That was a good turn. Give you that. Woo! CGB, you're a horrible person. Why are you picking on the cycling deck? They're probably on a budget trying to get wins. Yeah, I know. Don't care. I've played against it too much. That's just really, like, most of us when we complain about a thing, we'll talk about design and this and that, and I'll just be honest, like I've played it more than I'd like to. That's all. But you know, do what you're gonna do anyway. You probably already did it. Leave me a comment. Tell me I'm horrible. Tell me I'm an evil person. Kick me out of my own cool kids club. Do what you gotta do. Smash. Aw, you didn't wait for the spark double on the Pain Bacon. You know, just to be sure. Just to be sure. This hand has ramp, spark double. I mean, it's fine. It's just kind of fine. Alseed of Life's Bounty, no companion. What are you up to? Keep the land. Of course we draw the 7-drop. The agent. Evil agent card. Whoa, Mamba. Some kind of a mutate deck? These are paid sleeves. I shouldn't assume I'm facing a free-to-play player, right? I think those are paid sleeves. So Spiral, I guess Druid can block. They are showing us some aggression. Another bounty. See if there's a mutate to kill our druid. Nope, not yet. All right, so Growth Spiral, put in a tap land. Like so. That's enough land, thank you. We can Fabled Passage for an island here, pain-free. Have another Growth Spiral at the ready. Temple of Silence, okay. Not quite sure. I mean, this implies mutate. This might be protection to defend a mutant, so maybe we're looking at Cubward and Snap decks. Our opponent could be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Mardu Mage. Give him the block. Okay. Moving right along, Growth Spiral again. The ramp is real. Oh yeah, and that's why we do it. This is why we ramp the ramps. Green, 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 blue, blue, green. I guess I just make sure I get black. Should be playable. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Do we grab Yarok? Is that even better than a Spark Double here? Nah. Spark Double can copy the bacon and go face. I guess when it's not lethal, grabbing Yarok is fine. They're gonna pick the agent, right? I mean, why should they though? Some choices are too hard to make. What a nonsense hand. But we got Omen, and Emerge, so we just gotta get there. Pretty much what our deck is built to do. Ooh, I want an untapped land pretty badly, but I also do just need to hit all the land drops. If I keep this, will I find another untapped land later with the Omen? Maybe I will. Because I do want to play this Omen on 2, this Omen on 3, this on 4, this on 5. That's the plan. What? The almighty Brushwag? Please. Magic, please. What is this? Alright, untapped land. Let's go. Yes. In fact, I'll just keep all of this land. Why not? Okay, our opponents had plays on turn 1 and 2. They are on the move. Just going to play this now for the sake of time. We all know what I'm gonna do. My opponent doesn't necessarily, but pretty much saying you're not gonna beat it. It will be strong, my plays. Emergent. There's no way, right? What are you gonna do? Kiora.
Right into battle.
That to untap like a Lotus Field, make a better Almighty Brushwag. Pretty high tech. Some next level gameplay. All right. Drop the Yorion, get the flickers. Yorion at Yorion's worst. It's still a draw, like a draw another card and ramp. It's pretty gross. I don't need another Omen. I'll take a Reef. Why not? Green, 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 black, black, blue, blue. Okay. As long as I get a blue or a black, it works, right? Yep. All right, they said go. What do you suppose that means? What kind of instant speed interaction do you have? Oh, one way to find out. Ultimatum, baby. Your choice. Choose wisely. It's a choice. That's a very keepable hand. A little Grazer into Reef into... We'll see. Spectral Sailor. Haha! Suffer. Suffer before the Grazer. Growth Spiral? I actually don't think I need it. I think it's late. Suffer before my Grazer. All right. We could slow roll the Omen. The opponent has 2 mana open. They could play Quench. If they quench the Reef, that's pretty bad. I may as well play around it because I don't have much else to do. Second Sailor at sorcery speed. They're dejected. You can tell. They're dejected by the Grazer. Would you like to quench my Omen? No. Alright, let's see if we can find a 2-drop. Something to play that also doesn't walk into Quench. Oh. Oh. They're afraid of counter magic. Interesting. Well, now that makes me wonder. I guess I could draw this Druid and play Risen Reef and put this Temple into play. It ramps us pretty well. Nah. I would say that's all pretty mediocre. Let's just bottom both and look for better. Better? Yes. All right. Probably won't resolve, but it's worth a try. Epic gameplay. All right, block here. Growth Spiral and Omen of the Sea. So we could ramp hard and continue playing around Quench, which they probably... Well, I don't know. They main phase this Cutthroat, which means they might not have Quench. So much of our stuff is blue. Playing around Mystical Dispute seems appealing too. I think we just say go. Okay, they didn't take any actions. That's just weird. Here they come. Down to 16. With a Cutthroat that's not growing and Sailors that aren't drawing. So they're just really worried about what I might resolve here. Omen. What you got? More Omen? I don't think so. How do you resolve big things against this deck? I guess we play stuff like Questing Beast, right? Just make them counter those. All right. Maybe they'll counter the Leafkin Druid. Out of fear and respect for the Risen Reef trigger. No. No, they will not. All right. We could decline, put this into our hand, and have 5 mana available. The problem with that is whatever we play gets countered most likely. But it does feel like I'm supposed to play stuff every single turn no matter what. We could Omen and try to get to 10 mana. I think that's the plan, actually. Because then at 10 mana, they have to deal with the Yarok and the Orion. There's a Questing Beast. We like this. Unfortunately, our Scry didn't matter. Because I can't get it into my hand. Not without not playing Omen, which I think would be bad. Here's that card draw. I really do want that beast. I could play this and not search, right? I could decline. That would be weird. It's probably not worth it. All right. The staring match with the Cutthroat continues. Hey, they could counter it. They're thinking about it. Like, if they have Quench, Quench doesn't get better. They might talk themselves into countering this. Somehow that didn't work out. Weird. All right. All right, let's thin the deck. We've drawn enough land. It's time to just throw gas at our opponent for the rest of the game. Hope to run them out of counter spells. Do our best. Another Omen. All right, well, we'll try for this. See what our opponent does. Essence Capture, of course. All right, so they still have Quench open. So I think that means we don't play into it. We'll play another Omen. Keep ramping up. Maybe start using some Scries to make sure that we're playing something threatening every turn. Our opponent does now have a Cutthroat that can attack well, so that's a problem. Bing, bang, boom. And we know they don't have land in hand. Spark Double. They might counter that. We can at least see how much mana they leave open. If they do. They might not. Ooh, lets me have it. Cool. I like value. I'll take it. I could use some better value, but alas. All right, what do we want to get countered? We don't want to just let our opponent draw cards. We need to keep moving the game plan forward. See, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 more. I guess I could go for the Orion. It's a face-up play. The opponent's definitely going to counter it. Yep, there's an Essence Scatter. We did it. Here they come again. Do we trade the Reefs for the Cutthroat? It's most of our opponent's pressure. By next turn, that may not be an option. They might have a Brazen Borrower for a blowout, so I don't think that's good. So we'll just keep taking some damage. They still haven't drawn a 5th land. Just nothing but counter spells. I'm sure this is going to work out fine. Down to 6 against 50 counter spells in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Not enough to do both, right? No, it's 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, okay, we're fine. So I think I lead with the Ultimatum, because if the opponent wants to counter that, unless they have negate, it's pretty solid. Oh, I did math wrong. That sucks. Of course they have negate, by the way. There's no way they don't. All right. We need something stronger. And we pass the turn again. Opponent of the infinite counter spells continuing to dominate. All right, so block here. Do we block with one of the Reefs? I think I need the Reefs to make any elemental more valuable. So it's time for the Druid to go under the bus. And we'll tap you for mana. We'll sacrifice an Omen. It doesn't matter which one, the Yorion already died. And there's a Yarok, that's pretty good. Could have kept the Swamp on top to have a basic to hit if the Yarok resolves. It's just that I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, down to 1 mana. Is it a Mystical Dispute, right? It should be. You should play Mystical Dispute. Give me that thing. Second Sailor, sure. Send a message. Upkeep stop, but we resolved a spell. The problem now is we only get to draw 1 spell a turn for the rest of the game, and they probably have enough counter spells to cheese us out. It's going to be close. We do have the 7/6. Okay, bounce the Cutthroat to their hand and mutate that. Ew. But they're tapping low. They're tapping very low. They're attacking with everything. Endray's Forerunners is just lethal? I think. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another Reef. That gets us 2 cards. Doesn't keep us alive, though. And then we're down to 6 mana. Should I scry for more? I'll go with 3 cards. I'll take my chances with 3 cards instead of 1. So scrying to try to hit like our Boreal Grazer I think is pretty silly. If the opponent mutates anything, we just die. Spark Double. That can copy an Agent of Treachery. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I go to 1? No way. Another Druid. Give me that. If the opponent has another Mutate card, they win. Ah, there's the Forerunners. God, they were so close. This has been a really close game. Let's see if they can pull it off. They just need one more point of power and toughness. Rick's the sudden storm, that's not it. Ooh. Oof. Wow. This is a tough game. And we are back for the post-games wrap, and I'll keep this one pretty brief. So there's a ban party announcement probably today, the day that you're watching this. It might already have happened, but I'm hanging out on Twitch TV if you want to come say hi to talk about the bans and celebrate whatever the heck changes come to Standard. I'm hoping that they are tremendous. I'm hoping that they are dramatic sweeping changes. I hope they ban like 8 cards. I really do. And also Companion will probably be changed. It is very unclear, like I said, if it will change on Arena the data of the announcement, but I hope it does, because it should. Most people are playing Magic with Magic Arena, so frickin' release the update and do it. If we have to wait till Thursday, it's going to feel super awkward, because, like, what are we doing? Anyway, this deck is fun. It's not competitive. It's too bad against Teferi. It's also pretty bad against Aggro if you don't have a really great draw. But I'm excited I got to play it for you all, and I hope you'll forgive me for getting the last evil jollies out of Secret Agent Man. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video, and if you want another jank week, an agent-free jank week, 69,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe, and I will see you there. All right, goodbye.